Performer's Masterpiece Knockoff Review. Today I'm taking a look at the Nissan Fairley 280ZT, the MP-17 Prowl. Got this from Tf-Drects.com, link is in the description below, as well as a 5% discount code that you can spend on anything. Awesome. Now, this here is the Takara official release with some added stickers. And this is the knockoff. So let's just see how well they compare. First of all, let's take a look at the box. Again, the box is much the same as we're getting with all the KO counterparts. Very professional in appearance. This one does not have any sort of holographic sticker, but it does still have the etching on the box. Go around the side, again, very, very similar. And on the back there, yeah, it looks pretty much the same. Let's crack open the box. Let's take a look inside. Okay, we've got our standard clamshell, again with, there's no coding on this clamshell. There's coding on the other ones which indicates they're actually from the factory, but there's nothing on this clamshell at all. We've got our Prowl in there with his gun, and we've got a full set of colour instructions like we did with the G2 Sideswipe. Right. Got the Masterpiece card, and we've got a full set of colour instructions. Awesome. Here he is out of the box. We've got the KO and the official one. First impressions, you can instantly notice the differences. They both feel exactly the same, but taking a look at KO Prowl, there's a pretty shoddy paint job on this guy. You can see all of the blistering on the bonnet here. If we come in close to the air vent, they've actually overlapped onto the white with the air vents. Somebody asked a question on CFW, are the white panels just white plastic? No, unfortunately they're not just white plastic. These are painted, and painted quite badly. It's not the be all and end all. It's still a cheap figure, so I'm not overly worried about the paint applications. I just wanted to see how it was going to look. I'd really like to see a KO used for like a Diaclone streak. I think that would be really, really good. It's just the paint, it's kind of slopped on a little bit with this. It's a little bit hapdash, as you can see on the rear kind of fender here. It's I don't even know what they've done there. That's kind of painted white over black. I think that maybe they're black panels and they've painted them white. Let's see how that squares up to the original. See, on the original, that's a fairly clean line throughout there. Taking a look at the back, on the original they've used slightly brighter colours for the rear lights. Even the light bar itself is a different colour of plastic. The knockoff's actually a little bit brighter. Again, it's quite sloppy paint application there on the light bar, and it's actually a different mould to that used on the official one. Come around the side, at least this side's a little bit better done. Initial thoughts, I mean, it does look the same. It's just unfortunate regarding these paint applications, because if you're good with paint, it's nothing that a small thin coat of paint wouldn't fix. Let's take a look at the lights. How do they kind of pair up? Very, very similar. If not identical. Maybe, I think maybe the KO lights have a really very slightly smaller central dot than the official ones. And as for the Nissan sign, let's take a look at the Nissan logo on the official one. There we have, we've got the Z there. And if we bring the KO in, it's completely different. I think it's still meant to be a Z, but it's kind of junky. I think that's the only differences we have in vehicle mode. It's basically just the same vehicle, just with slightly worse paint apps. The Takara done really, really well with these Nissans. The FL80 is a fantastic car, and probably one of my favourite moulds that Takara have done to date. As soon as I saw the knockoffs available for it, I thought, okay, I need to get one, need to see what they're like. I've said in my previous reviews, I'm Takara through and through. I will always buy an official Takara release, and then if I want to make customs or if I want some fodder, I will then get the knockoff. Product quality pending. First impressions with the vehicle mode, yes, the paint is sloppy, but it's like a £30 toy, and it does feel solid. I know Toys R Us are now releasing the Hasbro version, and in the UK that's going to set us back around £60. Now, I would personally prefer to buy a Takara version or even a knockoff version as opposed to paying £60 for this mould. It's good, but it's not that good. Now, let's see how they compare in robot mode. To get this guy transformed into robot mode, first of all I want you to come underneath, pull out these arms, and we can just kind of pull those up and out of the way. That just gets them out of the way for the rest of the transformation. Whilst we're underneath, where these wing mirrors are, they're on a separate piece of plastic. Just fold that in and then back in on it again on itself. Kind of like what we did with the back section for Sideswipe. You can then, this whole section here can just lift up and out, like so. Lift that up, pull this section down slightly, and flip up the head. The easiest way to get the head out, there's a small black panel just underneath here. Push on the back of that, and that pops his head clean up. Once this head is up, you can come around to these doors, unpeg them, and you want to just slide them up and to the diagonal, like so. That way when you fold the chest section down, they'll clear it nicely. So let's fold that down, push that head up, making sure those wing mirror sections are tucked in nicely just onto the underside of the head. Come to the shoulder joints, slide them on this rocker here, so that slides out of the way. You can then move this whole chest section down, and that should, he says, peg in nicely. Oh, it seems to want to keep popping out of there. I'm hoping it's just that I've not lined up properly, and it's not the same sort of problem we had with... It's in! Fantastic, it's in. It clicked in really, really strongly. That's always a promising sign. Come round to these arms, you want to rock that one down. There's a small kind of hinge there just to get out of the way. You can then rotate your fist around. Do the same with this side, spin it round, slide it up, down and round. On these leg sections you want to move the exhaust up and this pad up. You then put your nail behind these sections, and once they're apart we can slide those up and this one up like so. Come round to the back of the leg, slide this section here apart, that pulls this section away from here. Then you can just come round to the thigh, and basically this entire leg is just folded in on itself, so just pull it up and forward. That gives you that leg section. This then is on a hinge joint, so it just pulls away like so. You've got this small grill section here, you want to flip that up, and the legs are pretty much done from this point. Just make sure that slides back in so it's plush against this leg. come underneath, flip this section down, and flip the plastic section down. And we pretty much have some legs. At the moment, obviously you can see they are back to front. We just want to swivel his waist joint all the way around, like so. And there he is. He's pretty much there. Just need to sort out his back kibble. To do so, we just pull this back section down, flip this down, and I'm going to have both launchers on him. So you want to pull this up and pull this up, and then there's a peg here and a peg here. Then pull this back onto his back and locate those in like so. Buying these from Tf-Direct, you actually get the KO possibly Amazon exclusive launchers as well. So we can add those onto him. Basically, you just get the circle section, slot it into here, and push it down so it pegs in, and then just fold those down, and you've got a pretty awesome launcher on the side. I did the same for this side. This section up, push that in and down so it's in like so, and then bring the launcher down. So there we go. Transformation is exactly the same. Everything appears to peg in correctly as it should. No real big standout defects. Everything holds in place. Both feel pretty much identical. Obviously the official one here I've got with the added stickers, so this guy is looking a little bit bland at the moment, but detail wise, I mean, he's pretty good. Paint applications in bot mode are probably a lot better than in vehicle mode. Still tiny little bit sloppy around the red on that head there, but all in all, it is really good value for money. In my personal opinion, I think I prefer the KOs of these Datsun Nissans than I do the Lamborghinis. I just think they've got it. They've done a really good job with it, and albeit the paint is a tad on the sloppy side, things seem to work a lot better. Now let's see how well he holds his weapon. One of the huge flaws of the KO swipes is the weapon holding. So let's get this in his hand, line it up like so, pull the fingers around. We were doing so well. It would appear to be a little bit too big for the hand. That being said, it's not going anywhere. It's just it is just a little bit too big for the hand. It's just a matter, I think I'm going to have to just sand down that nub just a little bit. It's probably just the paint application on it. But all in all, I am very impressed. I think he's going to fit in really well, and he is an affordable option for those who can't afford to buy official Takara one or the horrendously overpriced Hasbro ones that the UK and the US will be getting shortly. Thanks again to the guys at Tf-Direct.com for sending this out. Shipping took about a week and it arrived super safely, so thanks again. Thanks for watching, people, and until next time, for myself and KO Prowl, goodbye.